Leading off our Smart Start here this Tuesday at 6:50, some breaking updates overnight as crews say they have no other choice but to tear down a home in Rochester after it burned.
That vacant property on Avenue A is where the fire started a little after 10 p.m. This is also the second time there's been a fire at this home in just a matter of weeks. Because of the previous damage, new damage, and then structural concerns, firefighters had to carry out an emergency demo of that property. This morning, we're learning much more about the 20-year-old suspect behind the brazen attack that left 2 firefighters dead and another injured in Idaho. Yes, deputies there believe that the man started a fire Sunday afternoon in hopes of luring first responders to that scene, and he then started shooting at them from a tree. Of course, that deadly ambush drawing comparisons to the shooting on Christmas Eve in West Webster back in 2012. Aran Spitzer joining us now in studio with the local weigh-in on that. Aran.
Yeah, guys, so much about this tragedy in Idaho is really reminiscent of the West Webster ambush that claimed the lives of 2 local firefighters on Lake Road. Now, the alleged Idaho shooter has been identified as 20-year-old Wes Rowley, who was found dead at the scene. The fallen heroes, 42-year-old Frank Harwood and 52-year-old John Morrison, both the Idaho and West Webster fires were started by a gunman to pin the fire department down so they could start their attack, and both men responsible for the murders died by suicide. The Webster town supervisor Tom Flaherty says both cases underscore the need to better address mental illness.
We need to figure out, well, how do we get these people help proactively and avoid the exponential reactive things we have to do. As they were going into the details, I'm like, check. That is almost exactly what happened here on Christmas Eve, you know, a dozen plus years ago. And, you know, your head just starts to swim with, like, what was the person's motivation? What you know, do they have? Are they, I don't know. I mean, why would they do it?
As for the Idaho investigation, authorities say the suspect had 5 minor encounters with law enforcement prior to Sunday, but had no criminal history. Guys.
All right, thank you for that, Aran. The Justice Department unveils the largest healthcare fraud takedown in United States history, involving several people from upstate New York. In total, more than 300 people faced charges in this multi-billion-dollar scam that targeted programs helping the most at risk. Court documents say Joel Darinka from Orchard Park practiced at several hospitals in western New York. Between September of 2020 and May of 22, they state he prescribed orthopedic braces excuse me, and other medical equipment that patients never needed. The Justice Department also accuses him of billing Medicare to more than $5 million for brief or non-existent telehealth visits where only he talked to people on the phone. Authorities have already seized more than $300 grand from Darinka. If convicted, he could end up losing his medical license. The Western District of New York also prosecuting 2 other cases in connection to this healthcare fraud ring that includes a 50-year-old man from Ontario and 27-year-old Kevin Whitman of Irondequoit. You'll remember we brought you that story back in May when News 8 obtained court documents that showed Whitman used a DEA number registered to Strong Memorial Hospital to fraudulently prescribe more than 38,000 dosage units of drugs to his significant other, as well as 8 other associates. Investigators say that when they searched Whitman's home, they found a framed but fake diploma attributed to the University of Rochester Medical School. Officials at the university did also confirm Whitman did not graduate from there. If convicted, Whitman faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $1 million fine. Sunrise traffic here at 6:53. Southwest Rochester still have that accident with possible injuries. Normandy Avenue and Arnett Boulevard with crews on scene for the last hour or so. Elsewhere around the metro, we are seeing typical drive times and light volume on 390, 490, and 590. Well, we also have an update on a larger project near Bushnell Basin along the 490 bridge. All the congestion around there, you've experienced it. State DOT posted these new pictures showing the demolition as crews recently removed the existing South Pier. It's all part of a $60 million project replacing the existing bridges on 490. All of that work scheduled to be done by fall of 2027. A much smaller but still beloved bridge at the Webster Arboretum is now closed after being deemed unsafe. For more than 3 decades, the Arboretum has been a peaceful haven tucked away in the side of town for people to go walk their dogs, couples to pose for wedding photos after their ceremonies or engagements. But now one of its most treasured features, the Carol and Robert Manning Bridge, is in need of serious repair, and it's up to you, the community, to fix it.
We noticed one year that there was some slippage going on, and we asked the town, and they came and they did some shoring up. But then this year, we noticed that the block was split right in half. So there's nothing to support that far end. The money was donated to the Arboretum for the sole purpose of having the Carroll and Robert Manning Bridge built. Then it's our responsibility to maintain it.
How can you help? There is a GoFundMe account live now raising money for the repairs. And once the money is there, the Arboretum plans to keep all donations in a separate account to make sure that only goes towards the rebuild, nothing else. We've got a link to that on the homepage with this article at rochesterfirst.com.
Well, we also invite you to join us tonight as News 8 and Primetime 585 recognize an outstanding spring sports season in Section 5. We're going to highlight the standouts in baseball, softball, lacrosse, outdoor track and field, tennis and golf. We're also going to name the boys and girls coaches of the year and honor the student citizen of the year. So much to celebrate in our local sports. So you can watch News 8 Primetime 585 Elite Awards at 7 o'clock on our new Rochester First streaming app, as well as our website, rochesterfirst.com.
Final weather here, James. We got one little spot, Geneseo, coming your way.
Shower that could.
Yeah.
It's a little guy.
Against all odds.
Just kind of hovering around 20A, heading towards York there. Leicester. As a town that it might swing by low 80s through this afternoon. Better chance for Monroe County, Rochester to see a rain shower, I'd say between 1 and 5 p.m. And then that fizzles out. And we've got a nice looking stretch for you the next couple of days. Sure, scattered shower, thunderstorm on Thursday, but tomorrow looks great. Friday, July 4th, should be fantastic. Crank up the heat as we get into the weekend there, with storms possible on Sunday.
All right. Thank you, James. And thank you for watching us here this Tuesday Sunrise. Our next update at 7:25.
CBS Mornings is coming up next. We hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.